Good afternoon, Gao. Yeah, right? Thank you, and welcome to our annual Honors Convocation. Before we get started, I would like to quickly ask all of you to join me in giving Mr. Zafnicki a big thanks for his athletic leadership in our morning award ceremony. Appreciate all you do. Good afternoon, everyone, and again, welcome to this afternoon's annual Honors Convocation. Today, we gather to recognize and celebrate students for their academic achievement as well as their academic effort. We will begin our Honors Convocation with a time-honored custom here at Gao of the transfer of student leadership, officially known as the Crimson Blazer presentation. This presentation involves the transition of student leadership from this year's student body president to next year's student body president. The tradition of recognizing the president of the student body at Gao with a Crimson Blazer is one of our most sacred traditions. 9 years ago, in honor of Nick Uliana, Gao class of 2014, and his brother Sam Uliana, class of 2016, the Uliana family endowed the patch on the Crimson Blazer. Nick and Sam are former presidents of the student body, and the patch on the blazer recognizes the privilege of serving as the president. At this time, I'd like to invite our current student body president and vice president to join me on stage. President Finley Youngerman from Kettering, Ohio, and Vice President Jackson Liriano from Buffalo, New York. I'd also like to invite our president-elect for next year, Shay Simon from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And our vice president-elect from Ithaca, New York, Nathan Fromme. All right, Finley, I think it's the moment. Shay, you ready? All right, let's do this. All right. Yep. You can stay up here. Congratulations, both Shay and Nathan. We are counting on your leadership next year. You have positioned us as a school for continued success, and we look forward to leaning on you. Congratulations. Please allow me to take a moment or two to recognize the hard work and contributions of both Finley and Jackson. They consistently led by example through their positive energy, their warmth and compassion for others, and always putting the school first. They also each possess a really good smile that always brightens someone's day. Jackson, you're always a little reluctant, but you have a great smile. Share it more often. With support from Jackson, President Youngerman, that has a good ring to it. President Youngerman spearheaded many community building events, including movie nights, karaoke nights, bonfires, haunted house, prom, hop and hoopla, and of course, a perfectly executed senior prank. Well done. I'm probably forgetting a few items as well, Finley, but you did it all. Selfless to a fault, Finley embraced the challenge to uplift her classmates and our entire school community. Mission accomplished. Well done, Finley. Thank you very, very much. Speaking of selfless dedication, I would like to share a few examples of the commitment and the excellence of the GAO faculty and staff. Our teachers at GAO strive to learn each student's defining interests and their talents. When a student realizes that their teacher knows them, really knows them, then that relationship flourishes. When a student and teacher share a common interest or passion, such as fishing, chess, the Premier League, welding, baking, scouting, Broadway theater, Legos, dogs, snowboarding, axolotls, the list goes on. When those bonds are connected, it forms a relationship that ultimately converts into greater academic engagement. Our teachers stretch the overachievers to keep them challenged and motivated, but they also buoy the efforts of those struggling with extra support and compassion. GAO teachers reinforce the importance of table manners, eye contact, and a good firm handshake. Our coaches measure success not by wins or losses, but by effort, teamwork, and sportsmanship, most of the time. When they make mistakes, and they do, our teachers are not perfect, they offer authentic apologies, role modeling the behavior they expect when their students make a mistake. Our teachers are as adept at teaching the Pythagoras theorem as they are at teaching an effective volleyball serve and at teaching an 8th grader how to fold laundry, sometimes all in the same day. Our faculty and staff represent a family of educators committed to making a difference in the lives of every student they teach, a family that treat and care for their GAO family as much as their own families, sometimes even more. Thank you, GAO faculty and staff, for all you do. It's now my pleasure to turn the podium over to Mr. Sendrowski, and he's going to lead the way with the presentation of the Excellence in Activities Award. Mr. C.
Thank you. The Excellence in Activities Award goes to that student who took part in several clubs and organizations, was enthusiastic about the many activities that took place on and off campus, and helped out their community. This student took full advantage of the many clubs and activities that are offered at GAO. They were a leader on campus, as they were an RA and a member of Crimson Key. They helped design and create the yearbook and completed over twice the required community service hours. Although he was often unsure if he wanted to attend the weekend trips, he went on more than half of the trips that were offered and was excited to find me and tell me how much fun he had had. Due to his generosity, spirit, and enthusiastic participation in the opportunities the GAO School has to offer, it gives me great pleasure to present this year's Excellence in Activities Award to Ju Young Kim.
The excellence in academics. I love doing this every year. The students we are about to recognize have achieved their success because of their diligence and determination in both the classroom and in study hall to earn honors grades. The following students have achieved an overall B average in their courses this year. Please stand in your place, students, and remain standing as your names are called. Audience, please hold your applause until all the names have been called, and then we can go nuts. So for the first group, the merit roll. This is based on a GPA of 3.0 to 3.29. In the 5th grade, Weston Dowse. I know, it's too hard not to clap. You know what? go ahead and clap a little bit so we can hear the name, and then we can go nuts at the end. 7th grade, McKay Campbell. 9th grade, Atticus Kane and Vanessa Lynn. 11th grade, JJ Claringbold and Charlie Fritz. In the 12th grade, Ethan Ayer, Ivy Connolly, Sarah Dalton, Jack Gazard, Hannah Grafseth, Callum Irwin, Henry Janes, and Eliana Stark. All right, now we go nuts. All right, now you know why I enjoy this so much. Next, we'd like to honor those students who earned an average grade of B+ or better. We ask that when your name is called, please come forward, students, and assemble on the floor in front of the stage. Each of the students will receive a certificate in the mail in recognition of their accomplishments. Again, we're going to try to hold our applause until all the names have been called. No promises. 5th grade, Timmy Emmerling. 6th grade, Lenny Endino. Graham Fincher. In the 7th grade, come on up, right here, right in front of the stage. In the 7th grade, Annie Pelkowski, Trevor Sullivan. In the 8th grade, Cole Meyer. In the 9th grade, James Bell, Gavin Kovanka, Lena Ropp, Mila Tenasia, and Charlotte White. In the 10th grade, Shayna Friedman, Alana House, Owen Horsch, Cooper Manning, Riley Mitchell, Simon Ramos, and Elena Russo. Way to go, sophomores. In the 11th grade, Stephen Boschka, Silas Elsner, Nathan Fromme, Brian Riggerman, Shay Simon, and Anna Walker. And in the 12th grade, Kareem Al-Balushi, Gabe Allen, David Brucato, Tessabel Cabezas, Ella Grantier, Finley Youngerman, Ju-Young Kim, Grace Nolan, Carter Sprague, and Amelia Rumble, Nathan Teague, McKenna Thorpe, Annave Vigil, and Luca Uvienko. All right, we can go nuts for these group too. All right, students, you can sit down. My heart's with the 3.0 students. That was me. In acknowledging the accomplishments of our honor students, we would be remiss if we did not mention that there are many other students who have made enormous strides in their academic development this year. The inspired efforts and improvements you have made are what the Gauss School is really all about. Now I'd like to address the high GPA awards. There are 2 awards for high point grade averages, one in the upper school and one in the middle school, maybe. To win this award, one must be motivated to do very well in every class and enjoy the challenge of the academic rigor. These are bright, hardworking students who would take a very challenging course load. The recognition today will be the culmination of their hard work for the entire year. I'm going to invite these students to come up and join me. The winner for the upper school is Alana House with a 4.0. Alana was up here this time last year for 4.0, and we have a tie for the middle school. And the winners in the middle school are Gavin Kovanka and Charlotte White with 3.93s. Oh. Alana House? All right. Charlotte, yours will be in the mail. Mr. Bray with the National Honor Society.
The National Honor Society is a nationwide organization of student leaders representing the very highest order of scholarship, leadership, character, and service. From every corner of the United States, outstanding students are chosen for this elite group to be honored by the faculties of their schools through the nomination to the Society. The Cursus Honorum is the Gal School chapter of the National Honor Society. I now ask the current members of Cursus Honorum to stand at their seats and be recognized. David Brucato, Sarah Dalton, Shayna Friedman, Alana Haas, Finley Youngerman, Ju Young Kim, Grace Nolan, Amelia Rumble, Shay Simon, Annave Vigil. This year, we are pleased to accept the following new members. Please come to the stage and line up to my left as your name is called. In the National Junior Honor Society, Gavin Kovenka, Cole Meyer, and Lena Ropp. And in the National Honor Society, Owen Horsch, Jackson Lariano, PJ Rankin, Brian Riggerman, Elena Russo, Eliana Stark, and Anna Walker. Cursus honorum is a Latin phrase referring to the course of responsible positions required of the young leaders in ancient Rome. Like their ancient counterparts, these nominees must demonstrate and continue to display the highest level of scholarship, leadership, character, and service to the community. The current members include team captains, resident assistants, goodwill ambassadors, head waiters, and academic leaders. They serve in churches, clubs, and organizations outside of GAO. We look forward to seeing what this year's nominees will do as they join the ranks of their similarly exceptional peers across the country. Congratulations.
Okay. This is the 1989 Award for Excellence in the Fine Arts. I find that interesting. 1989. I'd already been teaching here for 15 years. It's not to say I've been here a while. Anyway, there's a little bit of history behind this award I wanted to get to before I got right to what I wrote. I tend to go off script. This award came about, sort of evolved. The beginnings of it started with a phone call from a headmaster back then named Bill Adams, very nice guy, phoned me up at one point, asked me to come into his office, and informed me that he wanted to expand the art department. I thought it was a good idea, considering I was the only art teacher. So, yeah, we could expand it. He said, I only have one mandate. I want to make sure the art teacher that you hire as the second art teacher, you never agree with, ever, when it comes to art. Because we want our students to get two opinions on everything. Granted, art isn't science, not even rocket science. Anyway, our first two attempts were a failure. Both of them became very good friends, and they agreed with me on everything. But our third attempt finally fulfilled that mandate to perfection. When we hired Heidi Baust, not only was it the beginning of probably the finest professional relationship I've ever had in my life, but a conversation where we never agreed on anything. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is to make this award a little more exceptional than most of the other times we've been given. Because last fall, we both looked at each other and said, oh my Lord, something is happening here. Something very special. We had a student that was doing something we both agreed on. Well, that's special enough. So let me now read what I wrote, and hopefully you'll indulge me. Here at the Gow School, we frequently see amazing artistic talent. For some, there appears to be a correlation between certain forms of learning disabilities and a strong natural set of skills for artistic expression. Although we are probably all familiar, that is all of us here in this room, familiar with the lists of famous individuals that have struggled with the same academic obstacles as our students have, there is one in particular I'd like to compare our current award winner to. It is the painter, Andrew Wyeth, who eventually became the most beloved American realistic painter of the 20th century. His career started with dropping out of school around 8th grade due to dyslexia. Not an auspicious beginning, though I suspect a good number of us in this room have a great deal of empathy for what that experience was about. Anyway, still, by the end of his life, the body of his lifetime's work had transformed our vision of America and given us all images of unique beauty that can be found in even the most commonplace scenarios within all our lives. He showed us all that beauty is not just some rare gem to be discovered only once or twice in a lifetime, but rather a simple decision to open our eyes to the aesthetic experiences that surround us all every day, along every step on the paths we all have chosen. I'm referring here to Wyeth's entire life's work because you can see it all. Wyeth's journey along that path was completed several years ago. But here at the Gow School, over the past few years, I believe we have been watching a new young artist take her first few steps upon a very similar path. Excuse me. You know, when you get older, you kind of get a little teary once in a while. Her artwork is not just an expression of her considerable talent. It runs far deeper. It asks questions as to who we are and what it is to be human, especially when facing into the maelstrom of this current modern society. She is willing to express her innermost self, to be judged, to have her art sometimes crucified on unrealistic standards of cultural beauty. And yet, she is proud, strong, and through it all, enduring. And thus, through such endurance, reflecting back to us a belief in the real beauty that can be found within us all. I believe we should view her current creations as just her first steps into the life of an artist that hopefully will go on to add her own brilliant, insightful sense of the meaning to her insightful sense of meaning to the lives of all those that are touched by what she is so sincerely trying to express. By now, I suspect no one in this audience will be surprised that the 1989 Award for Excellence of the Fine Arts goes to Anna Mae Vigil. Second. As a school, we thank you for what you have given us, and we hope this is just the beginning.
All right. I have not been here for 50 years. I have been here half of 1 year. So if you do that math, my speech should be 100 times longer by the time I'm here at Bill's age. This is my first graduation at Gal, and these awards represent my first and overwhelmingly positive impression of all of the students that I've taught and some of them that I haven't. I could give an award to a lot of people, but I want to give awards to people who are still going to be at Gal and have a lot more to give here. I could give awards to a lot of seniors that are leaving, but I want to give these awards to people who I've seen in the lower grades that have really gone all out. So these represent the highest standard of performance, effort, and leadership in different aspects of music that we teach at Gal. The two students that are receiving the award in the middle school have distinguished themselves in instrumental music and music production, respectively. In instrumental music, this student began playing saxophone this year, and has made incredible progress really quickly, and has also been taking a really heavy course load. And I really respect the ability of somebody to pick up a whole new instrument and learn it and be ready to play it in front of people while taking all these other classes. This student took every opportunity to get extra help. They came and helped their classmates by singing on their other projects. They've been producing music in the studio. They've recorded covers and original vocal tracks. They've been a leader in the middle school band. Their creative enthusiasm is an invaluable asset to what we're trying to do here and to the community we're trying to build around music. The second student in the middle school that's receiving this award has spent a truly impressive amount of time in the studio learning how to use the software Logic Pro, coming to understand recording arts and music production on a really deep level. This student remixed Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive, and has used both original recorded drum parts and beats that they created in the computer. They have shown a lot of personal growth over the semester and have really developed leadership skills, the ability to help people around them with things that they struggled with at the beginning of the year. So I have to really say that both of their contributions to the middle school music program cannot be overstated. And to those students who I'm going to name in a moment, I really appreciate what you've done. In the upper school, we have a lot of really talented composers, songwriters, singers. We have an otherworldly piano talent who is not getting the award today, but you know who you are. I think everybody does. The choice of who to honor is pretty difficult, and this award is going to a rising senior who's shown a unique depth of patience and curiosity in his study of, again, I'm going to give it away, classical guitar and music theory. This student has a magical combination of intellectual curiosity, artistic creativity, and a natural aptitude for music that will propel them next year and far beyond, I imagine. This student asked thoughtful questions about the underlying musical principles that we're working with. They follow through on practice plans. They're constantly looking for opportunities to improve in and outside of class. And their attitude towards learning music reminds me that I should really practice more. It's something that we can all learn from. So to Brian Riggerman, Isha Wang, and Max Sakai, we have so much to accomplish. Thank you. Got a little more. So, with them up here, I just want to thank everybody here, the music students, the faculty, the non-music classmates that have come and practiced choir with us and been so supportive. Thank you for your support. This kind of enthusiasm and friendliness and creativity is why we do music. It's supposed to be fun, and these are the kind of people that make it fun. So I'm really looking forward to doing this all with you again next year, and with everybody else who I hope will be joining music.
The Kathleen N. Rose Reconstructive Language Awards, named in the honor of the school's longtime Reconstructive Language Department chair, as well as my friend and colleague, are presented to two students, one from the middle school and one from the upper school, who have demonstrated not only a strong work ethic, perseverance, and grit, but also an enthusiasm for reconstructive language. The recipient of this year's middle school award is a 9th grader who through determination and grit has made meaningful progress. His teacher stated that he consistently attended weekly tutorials and worked diligently on repeated readings. With each session, he improved both his decoding skills and overall fluency. His teacher, Mrs. Chafin, refers to him as Question because of the number of thoughtful questions he asks to ensure he truly understands the material. He would often ask, "Did I do this right?" during his study hall, and would often ask to be read portions of his book aloud so that he could check his comprehension. That kind of initiative and care shows how much he values learning and how far he's come. The recipient of this year's upper school award is a senior who, according to her teacher, was determined to memorize her roots and practice them daily. She was not self-conscious about her grades, but instead she was focused on raising her standards and continually trying to improve herself. In the end, she has developed a true belief in her own abilities. It's my unique honor and privilege to present this year's Kathleen N. Rose Reconstructed Language Awards to, in the middle school, James Bell, and in the upper school, Al Hill.
The Middle and Upper School English Awards. This year's Middle School English Award winner began her GOW journey last summer at GSSP, where she informed Mr. Meyer, her Writing 3 teacher, she hated writing. But over the summer, her writing improved dramatically as she crafted well-organized and thoughtful articles for the Summer Sun. In the fall, though still not a fan of writing, she continued to build on her success. She worked diligently each day to improve her understanding and application in methods taught in constructive writing. When the poetry unit began, she once again voiced her reluctance, this time about writing poems. But she approached each assignment with care and precision, following the writing process closely. The result? Vivid, expressive poems that surprised even her. The Middle School English Award winner has shown a remarkable willingness to step outside of her comfort zone and try new things, and her steady growth as a writer is something she could be proud of. The Upper School English winner's performance in my Honors Advanced Writing class was consistently exemplary. This student demonstrated the requisite drive and curiosity that all good scholars possess. During lecture portions of class, she took good notes and asked good clarifying questions. And during reading seminar sections of the class, she consistently contributed insightful comments and questions that helped deepen her and the class's understanding of the text. She also fully engaged in the writing process. The Upper School Award winner wrote multiple drafts for all of her essays, and her ability to apply various literary theories to given texts was exemplary in all of her work, but particularly so in her analysis of Orwell, who was the main character in C.S. Lewis's novel, Till We Have Faces. It gives me great pleasure to present this year's Middle School English Award to Haley O'Dwyer, and it gives me great pleasure to present the Upper School English Award to Grace Nolan.
I am here to present the Upper and Middle School Science Awards. The Upper School Science Award has been earned by a student taking multiple science classes in her junior year and who is described as dedicated, passionate, and limitless. It is obvious she likes to challenge herself, and she will continue to challenge herself as a senior by taking some of our most advanced science courses. This year, in laboratory physics, Mr. Gullo stated that this student worked tremendously hard to improve her test scores and has been a valuable teammate for her laboratory group. She would come to the dormitory for extra help when she was confused and always put forth her best effort. The recipient's biology teacher commented, "There is no limit to how far the student will go to explore, experience, and understand science." This was made apparent one day while finishing up a dissection lab with 15 minutes left in class and her having to state, "I want to get to the brain." Now, normally this statement would seem weird, but for Ms. Sullivan, this was not surprising in the least. She told the student that it would take a couple of hours to do this task. And so with that, the student spent more than 2 hours in one sitting, carefully and meticulously completing the task, just to satisfy her passion and excitement for science. The recipient of the Middle School Science Award found ways to channel his energy into a variety of projects throughout the year. In his STEAM Science 8 class, he was able to successfully code a vertical milling machine to etch an 8-inch by 2-inch nameplate, as well as wire an Arduino microcontroller. He successfully dissected an earthworm and a sheep's eye. He was able to build a Warren Truss bridge for his competition. He made good use of technology, such as speech-to-text, which enabled him to write fabulous, strong lab reports, and a bridge designer app that taught him and allowed him to explore the principles of bridge design. The student was continuously asking relevant questions in class. It is clear to Mr. Gullo that this student has an inquisitive nature, wants to learn new things, and has a tremendous talent for scientific, engineering, and technology fields. It is my pleasure to give the Upper School Award to Shay Simon, and in the Middle School, Turner Neal.
This is the History Awards. The nominees for the History Awards see things differently. Two vastly different characters, they both want to know why things happened and why they matter. They know that the shadows on the wall are not real, and they are turning to see where the light truly comes from. They are wise for their age because they have listened to and reflected upon the many experiences of those who came before them. Mr. Salerno had the opportunity to work with this year's recipient of the Middle School History Award in his History 8 American History class. Each day, this student arrived prepared to work and learn, bringing a joyful attitude that brightened his class. Over the course of the year, this student made remarkable progress developing his reading comprehension, note-taking, self-advocacy skills, and use of EFC strategies. This student consistently met assignment deadlines with responsibility and enthusiasm, and his eagerness to participate in class discussions enriched his learning experience. It was a genuine pleasure for Mr. Salerno to work with him and watch his appreciation for American history grow. I am proud to present the Middle School History Award to Lade Roberts. knew that was going to work. The recipient of the History Award in the upper school eats, sleeps, and breathes history. He possesses a wealth of information on a variety of topics, past and present, that he readily shares with his peers and faculty, both in and out of class. He performed well in all of the history classes he took here at Gow. For his senior honors thesis in Advanced Humanities, he researched the topic of global censorship. This included an examination of how the uncensored library in the game Minecraft allows access to banned books and other media around the world. His PowerPoint presentation generated thoughtful discussion among the faculty and students in attendance. I am honored to present the the Upper School History Award to P.J. Rankin.
The middle school recipient of the Applied Technology Award showed improvement with his computer skills and a great deal of interest in the world of coding. This young man came to class every day with passion for the content and excitement to learn and try new skills. While he showed growth in all the units of the class, he excelled in his understanding of coding and attacked his lessons with a competitive focus. Many times, he took it upon himself to help his classmates. Mr. Chafin hopes that he continues to push himself in the field of applied technology in the future. Mr. Chafin envisions him leading his own robotics team in a competition someday. It is always difficult to nominate one student out of so many qualified candidates for the Upper School Applied Technology Award. But one student stood out because of his hard work, consistency, and curiosity in both the engineering lab and the graphic design classroom. In graphic design, he excelled at digital photography and creating graphics with the Illustrator program. He drew well-designed graphics and logos that also displayed his sense of humor. In Honors Applied Robotics Technology, the student excelled in all aspects of the course, including design, manufacturing, and competition. He was a leader in the shop, and he maintained an impeccably organized workspace. He wore many hats in this class. In addition to being the lead mechanic, he served as the robot driver at the competitions and as the Bots IQ student ambassador. His teachers truly appreciate everything he contributed to the robotics class. This year's recipients of the Applied Technology Award are Timothy Emmerling in the middle school and Abdul Karim El-Balushi in the upper school.
The Tracy Mathematics Award is presented to those students who demonstrate overall improvement in academic growth in the field of mathematics. While these students may not receive the highest grades in their respective math classes, they have displayed grit, determination, and a desire to advance their skills. They persevere by getting extra help from their teachers and by making corrections to assignments, tests, and quizzes to improve not only their grades, but their understanding of the material as well. The middle school recipient demonstrated determination and a noticeable willingness to step outside of his comfort zone throughout the year. Coming off a challenging experience in pre-algebra last year, he approached Algebra 1 with renewed focus and consistency, working each day to deepen his understanding of the material. He regularly sought support during tutorials and acted as a positive role model among his peers. As the year progressed, he showed a steady academic growth and became increasingly proactive in seeking help, often before the next class. Mr. Parrish noted this student's full embrace of the GAL mindset and attributes his success to the tenacity and commitment he brought to his class each day. The upper school recipient took 2 math classes this year, pre-calculus with Mr. Brown and geometry with me. According to Mr. Brown, the student began the year apprehensive about math, finding concepts like solving cubic and quintic equations daunting. Through persistence and a methodical approach, she gained confidence and understanding. By the second semester, they tackled trigonometry and calculus with that same determination, becoming both a resource for peers and a committed learner, often putting in extra time outside of class. Today, the student shows significant growth and embraces challenging promises that push everyone to further their understanding. In my class, the student was always dedicated to improving. She worked hard with her classmates to master the various formulas and concepts for the countless shapes and figures in geometry. Though she begrudgingly complained about her homework, she worked tirelessly to complete each problem, work each question, and correct all of her mistakes. Additionally, she can boast a 1-year improvement of 3 grade levels on the Stanford Achievement Test in her short time at GAL. It gives me great pleasure to award this year's Tracy Mathematics Award to, in the middle school, Adam Smolinski, and in the upper school, Anna Walker.
I am here to present the Foreign Language Award. When you learn someone else's language, you're not just memorizing words, you're learning how they live, what they value, and how they make sense of the world. Studying a foreign language is the key connection in building bridges across cultures. It is the art of learning how the world dreams in different syllables, how love flows through French and Italian, how sorrow cries in Japanese silence, or how hope tangos in Spanish verbs. As more businesses grow and operate around the world, being able to connect and communicate with people from different cultures and who speak different languages has become crucial. It's not just a nice skill to have anymore, but a necessity. I was given the honor of selecting the recipient for the 13th Annual Foreign Language Award. This award is given to the student who has shown outstanding growth and improvement throughout the course of their foreign language class, demonstrating not only an increase in skill and understanding, but also a strong commitment to learning and mastering the language. The dedication that this student displayed in learning and practicing the language was remarkable. Once the student had become familiar with general greetings and conjugations and conversation, this student refused to discuss anything with me in English, even outside the classroom. I began to admire this student's dedication and commitment. Through the remainder of the year, I started looking forward to our little interactions on campus. It is my honor and privilege to announce that this year's Foreign Language Award goes to Luka Yuvienko.
Nice job, sir.
The Jeffrey S. Sweet Outstanding Freshman Award. This award, named in honor of Jeffrey S. Sweet, middle school head emeritus, and a longtime mentor and dear friend of many of us up here on the stage and in the audience. This is presented to that 9th grade student who has worked hard in the classroom, has been active in athletics, and contributed to creating a positive atmosphere and a successful school year. Today I have the pleasure of speaking about a truly remarkable young person. She is a student who has been with us for 3 years, a number of Gal summer programs, and has made a lasting impact on our school community and the 9th grade in particular this year. This student epitomizes what it means to be a leader by example. She approaches every academic challenge with determination and a positive attitude, always inspiring her peers to do the same. Whether in the classroom or on campus, her hard work and dedication are evident in everything she does. She consistently gives her best, setting a high standard for her classmates. If you know her enthusiasm and energy helps to make a school, any school, and our school in particular, a vibrant and welcoming place. She is a talented athlete, excelling as a competitive swimmer. She's also a member of our school's volleyball, squash, and track and field teams. In addition, she's a skilled artist, demonstrating a creativity and a passion through her work in sculpture. Not only that, but she's also a confident and compelling public speaker, able to communicate her ideas with clarity and confidence. Few 9th grade students possess this level of drive and positive demeanor. This student is kind to everyone she encounters. Her classmates and teachers enjoy her company and thoughtful wit. We can't wait to see what this student is going to accomplish in her next 3 years. I'm extremely pleased to present this year's Jeffrey S. Sweet Outstanding Freshman Award to Lena Ropp.
Each year it is my distinct honor to present the Outstanding Sophomore Award, named in honor and memory of Randy Hoffer. This award is very special to me because of who it is named after. I had the pleasure of working with Randy and coaching him in soccer for 2 years. He was a hardworking student and a gifted athlete. But more than that, he was a wonderful human being whose charming personality brought everyone in our small community a little closer together. I asked some of our faculty to give me some feedback about this year's recipient, and here are the words they use to describe this year's outstanding sophomore. Hardworking, inquisitive, tries new things, a great lab partner, shows interest in learning every day, thoughtful, happy, resourceful, disarming, diligent, task-oriented, smiley, and a really great person. She was a student in my personal finance class in the fall, and I got to see firsthand what she brings to the classroom. She arrived every day ready to work with all the materials and the previous day's assignment. She showed her work on tests and corrected her mistakes for a better understanding. A leader around campus, she helped out both as a health office assistant and as a Crimson Key Club member this year. She was also selected as a resident assistant for next year. She competed in 3 sports, golf, ski racing, and tennis, at least when she was not on injured reserve. And her roommate says that living with her was endless fun and full of surprises. Not a bad resume for a truly amazing human being. It gives me great pleasure to recognize this year's Randall P. Hoffer Outstanding Sophomore, Elena Russo. The Barry Warren Award is created by the class of 1963 to honor their classmate. This award is given to that student chosen by the senior class as the individual who has done the most for one's fellow students. It gives us great pleasure to give this award to Finley Youngerman.
In memory of David Hoskin, class of '76, this award is presented to recognize that student who has demonstrated outstanding loyalty to the Gow School. It is my honor to award the David Hoskins Award to Nathan Fromme.
The Lynn Ottaway Chafin Recognition Award. The Lynn Ottaway Chafin Recognition Award is given in honor of Aaron Ivey, class of 2013. During his 4 years at Gow, Aaron made a lasting impact on the community. He was the captain of the volleyball team and the varsity lacrosse team, and he served as a head waiter. This award celebrates students who, like Aaron, make a meaningful difference in the Gow community through leadership, service, and character. It gives us great happiness to present this award to Shayna Friedman and Sunny Sauls.
Someone's making it first.
The Dubin Goodkin Award, created by Michael and Sandra Goodkin in honor of their parents, recognizes the importance of a Gow education for their son, Jonathan. This award is known as the Dubin Goodkin Award. Chosen by faculty, this award recipient has demonstrated excellence in math, science, or applied technology. It is my honor to present this year's award to Cole Meyer.
The B. Kent Vaughn Jr., class of '07, Head Waiter Appreciation Award. Given by the Vaughn family honoring their son, who was a head waiter at Gow. This honor is presented to the young men and women who supervise the dining hall and assist the chef and their staff. Head waiters hold the oldest of traditional leadership positions at Gow, which demands a great deal of their time, effort, and maturity. They have a major leadership role in our community and serve as highly visible role models on a daily basis. It gives us great honor to present this award to Mobo Alateju.
The Tom Browning Awards are presented in memory of Tom Browning from the class of 1951 to those students who have demonstrated determination, perseverance, grit, and all-around growth. It is a great pleasure to be able to present this award to the following 4 students: Sarah Dalton, Silas Elsner, Ella Grantier, and Alana House.
The Class of 2011 Jeffrey Fazzolari Memorial Award. This award is given by the Class of 2011 to honor that student, faculty, or staff member who always exhibits a positive attitude and humor, no matter what the circumstance. This award is given in memory of Jeffrey Fazzolari, Gau's former executive chef and cherished friend to the Gau community. This award is given to one faculty or staff member and to one student. It is in this spirit that I am pleased to present this year's awards to someone I have breakfast with every morning, Eleni Andino and Miss Katie Tierney.
There's only one. Katie's not here.
Unfortunately, Ms. Tierney's away, but we will certainly gladly accept the award on her behalf. So I want to wrap up by certainly congratulating all of our winners today, who went above and beyond in their commitment in the classroom, on the stage, on the athletic field. But I also recognize that there are probably one or two of you who might be a little disappointed that you didn't earn an award, and that's okay. That's okay. I feel like you can use that disappointment and channel that in a way to motivate you, perhaps inspire you to stretch a little further next year. Might be helpful in setting some opening of the year goals. So again, congratulations to all of our winners. This formally concludes our 2025 Honors Convocation. I do have a few before you bolt out of here. I do have a few details regarding events for tonight and tomorrow morning. I want to remind our 8th graders that there will be an 8th grade moving up ceremony that will take place at 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's going to happen at the McIlvaine House, which is the residence where I live, slightly down Emory Road, kind of across Emory from the new Howard Hall building. You'll see some balloons on the mailbox. Our 5th through 11th graders tonight, dinner on campus starts at the regular time, it starts earlier at 5 p.m. And that curfew tonight is at 8 p.m. And a reminder to our seniors that the senior dinner this evening will be held at the Columns Restaurant, and we expect you there at 6 o'clock. Other announcements I might be missing. Parents, if you are taking your child off campus tonight, please make sure to check in with the dorm parent to get their permission. Breakfast tomorrow is going to be, as usual, 7:45 to 8:30 in the Weston Dining Hall. And then all students are expected to be in the Sims Theater in full academic dress tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Seniors are going to be arriving a bit early, I think at 8:15, 8:30 for a special send-off breakfast for all of them. And then we will all gather to shine a bright spotlight on all of our graduates for our graduation ceremony, which will begin tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Thank you, everyone.